Hilarious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Nowadays, you've got enough things to worry about. Your car shouldn't be one of them. And at Spitzer, stay worry-free with our Spitzer Shield. Get exclusive new vehicle benefits, like a lifetime nationwide powertrain warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles. Plus, get benefits on our Spitzer certified vehicles, like our nationwide powertrain warranty, peace of mind with bumper-to-bumper coverage, and more. Visit your local Spitzer Auto Store today and get the Spitzer Shield.
At Spitzer, our world revolves around you.
Tonight's high school basketball tournament action brought to you live and free thanks to our generous sponsors, Ohio Valley Manufacturing, heavy gauge stamping and precision blanking services, and they are hiring now. Check them out. Go down to the link below. Baker's Pizza of Bucyrus, the best place to take in the game in pretty much any sporting contest in the Bucyrus area. First Federal Community Bank. Banking locally just got a little easier. Burkhart Farm Center, where it's farmers serving farmers. Mechanics Bank, that's better. And Old 30 Barbecue, where it is low and slow, the best barbecue that you can get out there in Bucyrus, Ohio, located right there at the Bucyrus Country Club. Awesome food, awesome people, and just a great place all the way around. And we now return for our halftime show, it should say here, presented by Baker's Pizza. A couple quarters in the books, and man, do we got a good one going, Joe Balogh. It's just a one-point game right now. And as anticipated, both these teams going toe-to-toe. Lucas had the run at the beginning. Crawford matched it there in the second quarter, and pretty good game.
I mean, really a good game. I mean, very, very well played so far with both teams playing at the pace that they like. You know, only I think Lucas had 5 team fouls. Crawford had 4. Crawford's done what they wanted to do defensively, pretty much keep them out of the lane. However, Lucas has had Andrew Smolin has stepped up, hit 2 threes. Corbin Toms hit a 3. Logan Toms hit a 3. So the 4 threes are big for Lucas offensively. For Lucas, you know, they were really, really aggressive to start the game. Caused Crawford, I think, some problems. But as we got into the second quarter, Crawford seemed to do a much better job of handling that on-the-ball pressure, and then got Braxton Baker and Jacob Matty involved as they combined for 10 points in that second quarter. They were held scoreless in the first. So it's going to be interesting here. I mean, I think it's going to come down to, you know, maybe one of those roll guys making a basket, or somebody getting a quick transition basket. And any kind of run here in the second half will probably be huge for either team.
Take a look at the first half numbers presented by Baker's Pizza in Bucyrus. And the field goal situation right now, Crawford's got 9, but you see the 4 3-pointers by Lucas. Obviously, those are looming large. Neither team really got to the foul line much, both 2 for 2 when they've had their opportunities. But the Eagles, a clean slate according to us, didn't give it away. And then Lucas, they're pretty close too, Joe. Just 3 turnovers for them, and they all kind of came in a bunch too. It felt like in about a 2-minute window. So yeah, it's been a really clean basketball game.
I mean, it's been well played. I mean, both teams playing extremely hard. If you look at it, you're going to go, well, Lucas is playing a lot harder because they put pressure on the basketball. But Crawford's emphasis is we're not going to really pressure the basketball, because our emphasis has got to be we've got to keep the ball out of the lane. And with how they've been switching defensively and protecting that lane, they've done a really good job, because the other night, we saw what Logan Toms can do when he's able to get in the lane. And really, he's only had a couple opportunities to get in the lane tonight to try to finish plays at the basket. So, see what kind of halftime adjustments each coaching staff makes. But, you're going to expect this is going to go right down to the wire.
As anticipated, and you talked about Logan Toms and what he's been doing tonight. Just 5 points held in check, well below his season average of around 16, and he had 28 the other night. So while he definitely was aggressive there, Joe, it didn't feel like he had a great scoring contribution, because the numbers don't lie there. He didn't. Well,
and you're probably not going to see Braxton Baker or Logan Toms get 28 tonight, because there's just not going to be that many offensive possessions. You can see that both teams are pretty comfortable with setting their half-court offense and running to get the shot that they want to get. So, again, maybe those 1 or 2 opportunities to get an easy basket in transition could play a crucial part in deciding who wins this basketball game tonight. So, Lucas coming out with the basketball to start the second half. They're looking to get a stop and a score and take a lead here to start. Crawford's looking to get that stop. Lucas is looking to get the score here to start the second half.
Here's Corbin. Now hands off to his younger brother.
And you can really see the only time Horsley is leaving the lane is when his man steps out. But a great penetration there by Corbin Toms, and assist to Aiden Cullors for a basket. And that's Cullors' first field goal tonight.
Puts Lucas on top by a point.
So running a little flex action here with Baker coming off the flex screen, Horsley coming off the down screen, but Lucas doing a good job at defending.
Braxton getting doubled down in the corner, had to pick up his bounce. Horsley now off the hesitation.
Gets the lane just short.
It's tipped out, and Corbin is going to get fouled.
Maddie's going to get his 3rd foul here.
Yeah, this is a big call right here. Looks like Coach Sheldon's going to keep him on the floor, though, Joe.
Well, as a senior and the experience that he has, you're going to trust that he can play with 3 fouls here. So right now, Coach Sheldon thinking, hey, we're going to go with this and hope that he's smart enough that, he's not going to pick up. I mean, that foul there was just kind of a, goofy foul that the ball was loose and you make a reach. It really wasn't a dumb foul.
Logan wants to clear things out. He got Maddie on him.
He got that matchup that he wanted. And now they're going inside to him. Don't be surprised here kind of surprised that maybe he didn't face up and go right at him.
Instead, it's Cullors to the rack. Offensive foul. And it's Trevor Vogt for the second time that really sold it with that head whip.
So the thing, you want officiating is consistent. So right now they've been pretty consistent with identifying if there's contact on a drive, it's going to be a charge right now. They have not called the block. So, again, Trevor Vogt kind of selling that and gets Crawford the possession back.
Here's Trevor on the offensive end with the rock going down low. Maddie double team, don't care, right through it.
Yeah, Maddie making, one of the things we talked about the other night was not making that quick move. There he caught it, even with the double team, made a quick move to the basket.
Still with the penetration, tipped by Matty. Picked it off and fouled as he tried to go end to end.
And as we said, pretty much Horsley's guarding Deal, and Horsley pretty much is just camping out in the lane defensively. Good job there by Jacob Matty of getting his hand in the passing lane and getting a steal.
So initiate the offense with Baker coming off a screen off the baseline.
Tried to isolate Matty inside, and Lucas doing a good job of help defense. You can see Colors really not leaving Matty at all. He's got a hand on him the whole time. They're really trying to be physical with him. As you can see, as they come off these screens right now, Lucas is just chesting up on all these screens.
Now a foul on the floor. This is another big one, Joe. This is going to be 3 on Logan.
Yep.
So both he and Matty with 3 fouls. We're 5 minutes still to play in the third quarter.
Well, but you can see on every cut there in this possession that Crawford made, Lucas was really chesting up. And there the official just thought there was too much contact on that drive. So as you said, Braxton Baker, who has no fouls, I would anticipate that if he gets a chance, they're going to try to go right here at Logan Toms. And it looks like they're putting Baker inside. They're going to run this little flex cut and try to duck him in and go right at him. They get a switch there with Smolin.
And they get a 3.
And Derek Horsley hit a 3 early, hits another 3 here. So that's going to maybe stretch that Lucas defense out a little bit. But right now, defensively, you can see Horsley just sitting in the lane there.
And it's Logan Toms from the corner. Doesn't shoot a ton of threes. Made over 50, though, during the regular season. As Vogt lobs one in. Largest lead of the night for CC.
Well, here's that run we talked about. And a steal by Ethan Holt. And that's Lucas's 3rd turnover here in the third quarter. And Braxton Baker with a deep 3.
Splash! Sets the roof on fire as Eagles Nation up on their feet. Cheerleaders going wild. The student section is lit.
Well, we mentioned at the half, Brian, if a team was going to be able to make a run, and right there, Crawford making a run here in the third. So Coach Eisman with the timeout, and the Cubs are going to have to respond here because you do not want to let this get to 10 points, a double-digit lead. So the big difference right now is the Cubs have turned it over 3 times here in the third, and I think all 3 of them have led to baskets.
Dive into the comments section real quick here on the Facebook. We'll begin with Steve Ritzop says, "Go Eagles, beat the Baby Bears." Michelle, "Come on Cubs, keep it up." Kelly, "Let's go Cubs." Mike shares the same sentiment. Tara, "Go Eagles." Hey, Karen Hall watching from Florida. How's the weather down there? It was crazy on the drive up here today. She's cheering on the Cubs. Lisa Perry cheering for the Eagles. Carol on the Cubs bandwagon tonight. And we'll get back into your comments a little bit later in the broadcast as it's a 9-point differential now. And it's been really tight. Nobody had led, I don't think, by more than 5 up into this little spurt here by the Eagles. So kind of flipping the game a little bit. Well, we'll see what they do at this timeout.
And this is where we talked earlier in the pregame about the schedule, where Crawford's schedule may have helped them because they played in a lot of games that have been tight, close basketball games.
That one rims out for color, 1 and done. Baker skying for the board. Braxton with the kick out, Horsley.
This matchup with Braxton Baker and Logan Toms is interesting, especially with Logan Toms having.
And is that the first giveaway for the Eagles tonight?
I think that's the first giveaway. I know it's the first giveaway of the second half here, and we didn't have them for any in the first half. But you can see right now they're sitting. I mean, Derek Horsley is not leaving the lane at all. He is just sitting in the lane. So anytime the Toms look to penetrate, they're seeing a defender in the lane. Great pass.
And that patented left-handed finish by his brother. So the Toms combine for the second time tonight.
And you can see the Eagles have used a variety of guys to bring the ball up. Horsley's brought it up. Baker's brought it up. That possession, Trevor Vogt brought it up. Maddie triple teamed. Kicks it. This would be a big three if it goes.
Tipped up and keeping the possession alive is Ethan. Now Vogt threading it inside. Maddie doubled. Has to come out to the corner for Baker, keeping his dribble low, spinning Dillon.
You know, Braxton Baker, he knows that Logan Toms has 3 fouls, and Logan Toms made it difficult, but Baker, with his height advantage, is able to go right over top of him.
Leading point scorer in the game with 11 right now.
I mean, Derek Horsley's job is he's eyeing wherever the Toms are at. He's making sure he is in the lane.
This time it's Aiden Culler off the dribble drive. A little swipe in there on the Eagles.
And Ethan Holt with the foul here.
Just the second on CC here in the third. Lucas has 3 as Smolin contested. Still able to deliver.
Smolin's been huge tonight. That was a tough 3 with pressure off the catch going to his left.
Now Vogt getting in deep with the penetration. So back and forth we go.
And Vogt's got 7. As we said, the stars are going to show up. It's going to be who's going to kind of be that next star. Right now, Trevor Vogt's been that guy for the Eagles here in the second half.
Another 3 on the way. Toms came up well short. And last touch by Lucas. As you see Corbin.
I mean, that shot maybe a little bit out of character of Lucas, but you're not gonna say anything to Corbin Toms because he's been the guy. So they sub Logan Toms out here in the last 37 seconds, making sure he's not going to get his 4th foul. So now you can see, you know, we mentioned they used Horsley early, Baker. Now Trevor Vogt's been the guy that's brought the basketball up against that pressure. So Crawford surely is going to look for the last shot of here in the quarter. And Crawford also has the ball coming out to start the 4th quarter. I mean, you're going to expect something to Baker or Maddie here.
Instead, it's Horsley losing the handle, collects
it over.
And now Smolin, the pitcher, he's got the arm, but it's off the backboard, and we are headed to 4th quarter action. Crawford with a huge third, leads by 8.
Well, that's a big stop there by the Cubs, because a score there would have put it in double digits going into the 4th, and Crawford having the ball. So give the Cubs credit there. Great defensive stop.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
It is money time here at the Haas. 4th quarter action about to start. Colonel Crawford with the basketball, and they've got an 8-point lead. Huge 3rd quarter for them. Joe Balogh as the Eagles, who hadn't really been in front much tonight. They had a nice spurt, and now they seem pretty comfortable.
Well, this is a big possession. A score, a stop, and a score for Crawford would put them in great shape. So on the other hand, we've talked about this a lot. A stop, a score, and a stop for Lucas would be huge. They go right to Braxton Baker, right off the rim.
Yeah, can't get the friendly hop that time. Had 5 points, though, in the third quarter, 6 in the first half, combined for 11. Smolin as well with 11 points here to lead Lucas tonight.
And it's interesting, the Cubs start. Trying to think who they have on the bench here. Looks like they have maybe Colors is on the bench. No, he's in the game because Church is in the game also. So they've taken Deal out of the game and started with Church here in the fourth quarter.
And it leads to this first possession. 2 free throws for Logan Toms.
So Derek Horsley's third foul.
Toms still has 1 more to come. And connects on the second. Oh, the pass just went right through the hands of Maddie, and right back to the free throw line goes Lucas. Just couldn't corral it, so Color, right place, right time. Here I found a ball, and he goes straight to the tin.
First foul on Baker. And really one of the few times that Crawford's turned it over against that pressure.
Best he can do, though, is split, though.
Yeah, free throws are at a premium right now. I mean, this is an opportunity for Lucas to cut into this lead with the clocks not running.
So the full court defense continues here for Lucas.
They're back to Baker handling it, which is probably a smart move because Logan Toms has 3 fouls, and he can't be too aggressive here trying to pressure the basketball with Baker. And I would anticipate you're going to look to see maybe Baker get inside here eventually on this possession.
Vogt looking inside to Maddie.
Kind of a wrestling match with Maddie and Colors inside. And Colors being a good job of leaning on him, not letting him get to the sweet spot that he wants to get to.
He's held Jacob in check.
Threw it away.
Now picks that one off.
So that's Crawford, I believe, their 4th turnover. And
Toms gives it right back.
And that's Lucas's 4th turnover. You know, the last possession, Maddie had the guy pinned and there was no help side defense. And Ethan Holt just wasn't able to get the ball over the top of the defender. Going to go to a side ball screen here, a back screen.
Vogt matched up with Church. Trevor has not scored so far tonight. Has played well defensively. And he's going to pick up the foul here. Boy, he's sold a lot. This kid must be in the drama club or something, Joe.
But he's played well. He's got 7 points in the game here. As we said, he's kind of been the X factor here in the second half. Great backdoor cut.
And a tough defended shot that time, but Horsley's able to come through.
Yeah, right there, too much space. Great sideline out of bounds play, special situation. But Lucas able to push the ball in transition. And now they're having Jacob Maddie bring the ball up. So Crawford's utilized a lot of different guys handling this pressure.
And a lot of credit to Jacob. You don't see too many centers, especially going against a guy like Color that can handle.
But what they do is they Colors doesn't pressure the basketball like the 2 Toms do.
Case in point right there. Corbin trying to get to a strong hand, and he just gets pancaked down to the floor by Baker. So he'll have a couple of free throws coming up.
Well, Brian, it's that thing we've talked about with Lucas a lot. is they just eventually wear on you.
Yep.
And so, you know, their defensive pressure has been, they've had it throughout the game, but right now in the second half, they forced 5 Colonel Crawford turnovers. And most of them have led to scoring opportunities. I think they've had 3 steals here maybe in the last 2 minutes, and all of them have gotten to the free throw line. The disadvantage is they've only gone 2 of 4 from the line.
Right.
So making these free throws is going to be important.
So Braxton Baker, who had 28 points in each of his last 2 tournament games, coming in tonight averaging 19 plus. Got 11 right now. Has not scored yet in the fourth quarter, but he brings so much to the table, Joe. He's such a great inside-outside versatile presence for the Eagles. They're going to have to keep trying to get him the basketball, of course.
Yeah, I mean, the emphasis for Crawford is going to be, you know, we got to go inside to Jacob Maddie and Braxton Baker. So you're going to see, you know, some of what we call that flex action, and then the screener looking to duck in. But Corbin Toms going to the free throw line here to shoot 2. And probably in that situation, Braxton Baker, it's only his second foul. Not a bad idea to not just give up the easy layup. Right now, force Corbin Toms to go to the free throw line and see if he can make a pair. Which is, you would expect, the senior steps to the line and makes the first one. But again, they go 1 of 2.
Third straight time to the line that's happened. So it keeps the deficit at 5 for Lucas. Crawford looking to extend here. Still got the matchup. Logan Toms has been on Braxton all night. A lot of help coming down.
Knocked another 3 down. Nope. But Jacob Maddie with the big rebound.
And he
a
turns
nice move.
left-handed. So showing a little bit deeper into his bag of tricks right there.
I mean, he has really done it. I mean, does not have a lot of rebounds, but he has a couple really key offensive rebounds.
Found the floor. Go back and show you this last hoop by Maddie. Nice touch by the big fella, switching it to his weak hands.
But you can see both Toms be a little bit more aggressive, trying to get the basketball into the lane. Corbin there with a nice move and a really good jump stop, creates a foul situation.
No more fouls to give for Colonel Crawford, so it'll be 1-1 coming up. But Lucas turns it over. Corbin, looking at the referee, thought he might have got hacked. Vogt with his first points of the night, and they're big ones right there. So the lead swells back up to 9 in a hurry.
Well, as we said, defensively, Horsley's just camped in the lane, and he gets a piece of that basketball, and Trevor Vogt takes it coast to coast and gets that transition basket we talked about, and now hits a free throw. Trevor Vogt has 7 points here in the second half, and he's got 10 for the game.
Cubs looking for a quick response. Toms is fouled. Corbin just went 1 of 2 his last trip to the free throw line.
But a big foul there. Derek Horsley's got his 4th. And Toms misses the front. I mean, the Cubs have had opportunities here at the free throw line. They're not taking advantage of it. They're in the bonus now also, but they've had all 2-shot fouls, and he misses both.
Huge misses there for the senior, but Logan.
They steal it and they got it back.
Oh, quick touch pass inside the deal. That's big.
Deal's first points of the night. Yeah, that was huge. I mean, it was a 10-point game. They get it back to 8. Now Deal putting a lot of pressure on the basketball.
Traveling violation on Trevor Vogt. So the Lucas pressure on the perimeter gets him the basketball back, and they've got some work to do.
I mean, a lot of contact on that, and now it looks like they're back into a 2-3 zone. Smolin rims out, and Derek Horsley with a big defensive rebound. Baker going for a big one.
Backbreaker. And letting Eagle Nation hear about it. Everyone rising to their feet over on the Crawford side. And what a shot for Baker here in transition. Nothing but net.
Well, you can see the last two possessions. You know, Crawford, the possession before, Trevor Vogt, you know, a lot of contact out there. He turns it over. Lucas goes the other end, and Coach Eistman's, he's complaining because there's a lot of contact on that. So, you know, the officials have kind of, you know, have let him play here the last two with a lot of contact on the ball handler. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out here because Lucas is in the bonus. Lucas has a foul to give before Crawford gets in the bonus. But the Eagles with an 11-point lead with 3:23. And Coach Sheldon's going, let's get a stop right here. And then I'm going to anticipate if they get a stop, they're going to take a little bit of air out of the basketball and really make Lucas come out and try to guard him.
Yeah, it's about that time. See a lot of you watching out there on Facebook. Andrea urging the Cubs to come back from Bulldog Country. Lindy cheering on the Eagles all the way from Sarasota, Florida. Sarah says, come on, Eagles. So does Kim.
So coming out of a timeout, this is a big possession here. And Crawford just kind of showing something different. And Logan Toms steps up with the three, not able to knock it down.
Clean look, though, for Logan. Getting back, trying to recover. Vogt.
Yeah.
Wraparound pass.
Crawford's going to have to really be strong with the basketball. Make sure as a pass is made that you're coming to get the basketball.
Vogt has it swiped away. But there's a foul. Corbin throws it off the backboard. And he's going to get a technical foul here, Joe.
Can't do that.
Showcasing some frustration. Show it to you one more time here. Yeah, the referee's watching him the whole time. Just not a good moment to do that with under 3 to go. What could be his final game. A little bit of frustration obviously starting to creep in here for Corbin. And Baker, who's usually so good from the charity stripe. Off target with that first. He'll have one more plus the ball back for CC.
Well, actually, he's going to get 2 here. You're right, but technical foul. So he went to the line to shoot 2. I was thinking there was a foul, but it was just a turnover or a foul.
So they get it into Matty. He's chased out the lane. Couple Cubs there to meet him. And he's going to get a quick timeout just to preserve the possession. So try to jump back in here to your Facebook comments, see who's out there. And a quick update, I saw a Northmore towards the end of the third quarter trailing by 2. The first ever district championship appearance for the Golden Knights. If you want to check in on that one, we got it live and free. Norwalk Truckers for the ladies side also playing in a regional championship tonight. They're taking on Bryan. You can watch that as well on our pages. But I see Jeff says, let's go Eagles, wants them to finish strong. Michael Conrad, come on Cubs. Carol Toms, go Cubs. And, well, Joe, this is kind of that portion of the game, given the score. For Lucas, this is not really what they're accustomed to, but they're going to have to let it fly from downtown, I think.
Well, they're going to have to create some offense with their defense here. So pressure on the basketball is going to be huge. And as we said, Crawford's going to have to just be strong with the ball, make sure they take care of it, and use your dribble.
Pickpocket
Foul.
Corbin. Oh, what a recovery by Trevor Vogt. Plus Horsley collects, throws it off the defender. My goodness. Joe Balogh, watch this one more time.
That is unbelievable play.
How good is this?
I mean, I was thinking let him score it, don't foul him. But he did a great job of going over the top, and I believe he blocked it with his left hand.
And now Toms has to foul, and that'll put Horsley on the line. 1-1.
I mean, we know that Trevor Volt's a tremendous athlete, but that's one of the most athletic plays we've seen this year. But Volt, against that pressure, he needs to just use his dribble for a purpose. He's turning his back a lot, and against a great defender like Corbin Toms, he's going to struggle with that. But great offensive rebound here.
But it's going to be knocked off the leg there of Braxton Baker, so the Cubs able to get the possession back, and obviously these are also critical for them down the stretch.
Yeah,
Logan straight to the tin.
They didn't do a very good job of matching Logan Toms on that possession. And a timeout by the Cubs.
And that gives a dozen now to Logan Toms on another assist from Big Brother. Can this be the final game here for the Toms brothers? 10-point lead here for Crawford.
Well, they're going to have to create a couple quick turnovers, Brian. Get a couple quick turnovers and a couple baskets. And as we mentioned, what Crawford's got to do, first of all, you got to come and meet the basketball against pressure. So any pass that's being made to you, you're running to get it and catch it with two hands. And then you're going to have to be really strong with it. And then make sure you really use your dribble for a purpose. Try not to spin dribble. Try not to turn your back. Make sure you're going at the defender.
Vogt just has to lob it in bounds to Matty. And
yep, Matty gets fouled.
Yeah, he's the guy that they've identified they want to put on the free throw line here. And just basically a second coming off the clock.
But the advantage there a little bit with both Baker and Matty, their size, Crawford can throw the ball up, and both of those guys have the strength that they can go get it.
Big make right there, because this is the last 1-and-1 that the Eagles will have to face. 2 shots coming up. Every defensive foul moving forward for them. And he splashes both, just like you'd expect from your senior leader. Smolin going to stay down at that end.
Smolin with an open look, just not able to knock it down. Down screen here quickly. Tom's unable to score. And Braxton Baker on a rebound.
And they got a couple of pretty good looks for Corbin, though. Off the side of the backboard, setting it up for Baker, and excellent opportunity to start salting away this win if you're a Colonel Crawford fan. With your best free throw shooter at the stripe. So 13 points, the biggest margin on either side tonight, and make it 14. And one coming up, though, here for Aiden Color. Pretty setup by Corbin Toms.
Color's doing what you have to do, is take it to the basket, get contact, and then see if you can get a three-point play. 4th foul on Jacob Matty.
Lucas trying to make things interesting here down the stretch. Of course, going to have to create some turnovers as Baker pulls the trigger on a timeout. Eagles have 1 remaining.
I mean, Lucas doing a really good job of denying the entry pass. But it's why you have a veteran player taking the ball out of bounds, because the most important thing is to be able to get the ball in bounds. And Braxton Baker recognizing that the count was over 4, getting a timeout here so that you're not turning the ball over underneath Lucas's basket.
Braxton Baker's been so big for Colonel Crawford all season long. You look at his numbers during the playoffs, 28 points per game, 9 rebounds. for the senior guard, and tonight leading the way for everybody with 17 in the contest, so he continues to be a beast.
And if you remember, though, Braxton Baker and Jacob Matty did not score in the first quarter. So they've stepped up big here the rest of the game.
Vogt turns, goes left side with the dribble, and they're going to get an easy one inside, but a traveling violation. So for Lucas, you just went down, you got 3 points. You get a stop here, only about 10 seconds coming off the clock.
Well,
best case.
And the thing you noticed there was Lucas was able to get the ball into Trevor Vogt's hands and then Ethan Holt's hands, two guys that normally aren't going to handle the ball under pressure, and they were able to create a turnover. So got a chance here that they could get it under 10.
Logan Toms never even thought about it, but maybe a stiff breeze coming through as that was about 6 inches short. And they're going to call this a foul, so Baker
it looks like Colors
gets to shoot again.
Colors going to get his 5th foul here, I believe.
Colors battled so well tonight, undersized, about 6'2", going up against Jacob Matty, and he is done. Aiden, though, just a junior, he'll be back next season.
I mean, they'll return. I mean, Colors and Logan Toms, so two really good players there that they're going to return. But Braxton Baker, again, has had an outstanding tournament so far.
Under 90 seconds to go, Corbin on the attack, misses Smolin there for the follow.
Smolin with a great offensive rebound.
Show it to you one more time. Just cleaning up the mess there. So it's going to be a full timeout taken by the Cubs.
Well, we talked, Brian, at the half about if a team could make a run. And if we remember, Crawford made that one run, I think it was maybe 8-0.
Yeah.
And that's right now has been the difference in the basketball game. Crawford's been able to maintain that lead from that point on. And the Cubs just have not been able to have their own run, of a 6 or an 8 point run to get back into it. So as we've many times said, as you get to the tournament, possessions become so much more important, and that short run by the Eagles has been the big difference in the basketball game so far.
Yeah, I think that's a really fair and valid point. And for Colonel Crawford, I think what really changed after that first quarter too, Joe, is that Lucas, they were 100% in command of how the game was going to be played and the pace. Since then, the Eagles have kind of imposed their will there.
Yeah, but for the most part, Colonel Crawford has done what they wanted to do defensively, which is big emphasis. We're not going to let the Toms brothers get into the lane. And for the most part, they've done an outstanding job of that.
Here's Matty back at the charity stripe, expanding the lead.
He's 3 for 3 from the foul line. Four for 4. You like that out of a post player and a veteran player here.
He and Baker have combined for 32 tonight. As we get a kick out, and Dill launches the 3. Finds success. Timeout taken by Taylor Eisman. That's going to be the last for the Cubs. It'll be a full. But they still down by 11 here. 68 ticks remaining on the clock.
Well, in most cases, you would say it's going to be over, but we both saw
last year in this one.
Well, we also saw the Michigan State-Iowa game recently.
Fair.
And Iowa was down, I think, 10 with 40 seconds and was still able to pull it out. But, I mean, right now, if you're Lucas, you're going to have to try to get a quick trap and see if you can get a couple quick steals, or you're going to have to foul. as we mentioned earlier with Crawford, you're emphasizing, let's make sure that we flash to the ball. We're going to catch it strong with 2 hands. You're going to have to be strong because there's going to be contact. And then make sure you use your dribble for a purpose. Try not to spin dribble, turn your back because you know you're going to get trapped. So we used to use a term a lot we called rescue the basketball. Don't run away from it. Make sure you're running to it, especially your best free throw shooters running to the basketball.
So Colonel Crawford just over a minute away from cutting down the nets as district champions for a 2nd consecutive season. But they can't get it in here, so Lucas, we saw this a couple times in their semifinal matchup, doing a nice job not allowing the inbound. So they get the possession right back.
The difficulty there is you want to put your best inbounder taking it out, which in a couple possessions ago was Baker. But also you want to try to have Baker be able to get the ball back.
Clean look, no
Great box
bueno.
out by Braxton Baker.
And the Cubs are arguing that Baker's kind of throwing those bows up real high there.
Well, I mean, the thing is you got to be strong. And, in most cases you want to put that ball under their chin, or we also talked about 3 points of contact, 2 hands on the ball and put it right on your shoulder. That would prevent you from, really throwing those elbows. But Braxton Baker understanding that, he doesn't want to give it up. He wants to get to the free throw line because of this reason right here. He's an excellent free throw shooter.
Nice soft touch on both.
Yep, hit the front of the rim.
Now Logan Toms, quick pull up, buries it. So back down to 10, but as well as Crawford shooting on their free throws right now, Lucas is just going to run out of time. So here's Trevor Vogt to the free throw line. What a night this kid's had. 10 points for him.
Yeah, we talked about the stars stepping up and then somebody else was going to have to step up. And he's been a really bright spot here for the Eagles. Both offensively and then, taking a couple charges defensively.
Misses both of those, though. So the door just barely ajar here for Lucas if they can knock down some shots. And that is worst case scenario. And just not a whole lot of minutes here tonight for Case and Antrikin, and just missed it. And now Horsley's going to get his turn at the free throw line. Colonel Crawford all time looking for their 25th win here tonight against Lucas, who has 11 wins in this head-to-head matchup. One point closer for the Eagles. Now Tom's on the hop, steps right into a three, and they just have not dropped here in this second half for the Cubs. But they're not going to give up just yet, still battling. And they're going to force Colonel Crawford to have to earn some more points here as Baker gets a chance to add to his 21.
Braxton missed his first free throw. Now he's hit 7 in a row. Going to the line for number 8.
Now we'll get some substitutions as Maddie takes a seat for the final time. Big standing ovation coming for the senior, and showing a lot of life there on that sideline. Another really deep three, Toms. And sometimes you just don't even want those to go. That's like shooting like 105 on the golf course, but you sink a 30-foot putt on the last. Baker, too, going to get checked out along with Horsley. So these seniors getting some big hugs from David Sheldon. Much deserved. Now Vogt backs it out, and the Cubs going to let the clock slide away here. Colonel Crawford coming back down to Division IV, and they are your champions here in Willard. As the student section believes they have won, and they have indeed. CC, the #1 seed, stays true to it. We're going to take a really quick break. We'll be right back with the net cutting, the trophy and medal presentations, all that coming up on the Baker's Pizza postgame. Keep it here.
Hi, I'm OH.REPORT founder Brian Skowronski, and you've just enjoyed first half action live and free exclusively right here on the OH.REPORT. But stick around, still plenty more to come right here as our boys high school basketball returns after this.
We toil. We sweat. We live. We breathe. We ache and cry and laugh and bleed. We dance. We play. We love. We nourish. We yearn and wish and hope and cherish. We mend, we heal, we repair, we sow, we plant and tend and gather and grow. We feed our families and the world's too. It's a calling, a feeling, real and true. We need no thanks, rewards, or dues. We love this land. It's what we do.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Nowadays, you've got enough things to worry about. Your car shouldn't be one of them. And at Spitzer, stay worry-free with our Spitzer Shield. Get exclusive new vehicle benefits, like a lifetime nationwide powertrain warranty, unlimited time, unlimited miles. Plus, get benefits on our Spitzer certified vehicles, like our nationwide powertrain warranty, peace of mind with bumper-to-bumper coverage, and more. Visit your local Spitzer auto store today and get the Spitzer Shield.
At Spitzer, our world revolves around you.
Here is the scene at Willard High School. The Lucas Cubs, district's runners-up this season. Defeated by 10 points tonight, 59-49 by Colonel Crawford, who will move on to the regionals. And here's Taylor Eisman getting his hardware. Another trip to the district title game, though, for him. their third in the last 4 seasons. It's been one heck of a run for the Lucas Cubs in their senior class, who's about to be delivered the district runner-up trophy. There's Corbin Toms, a little bit, obviously, visually you can tell, sad about what just transpired here tonight. He battled throughout the entire night. Big game for him. Andrew Smolin as well. They also have Jaden Walter, Bobby Collins, Hunter Church, Kason Antrikin, the seniors for the Cubs. And now Colonel Crawford going to receive their medals from their athletic director, Jake Bruner, doubling as their football coach this season, taking the Eagles deep into the playoffs. And I'll just go ahead, I'll kill my mic, I'll turn this up so you can hear the crowd, the reaction, and everything that's going down here in the Haas.
Number 4, Lucas Ford. Number 5, Braxton Baker. Number 11, Tyler Smith. Number 12, Jacob Manning.
What do you think about Trevor?
Number 20, Brady Cook.
10 points, I think I had at least 2 assists.
Number 21, Logan Toms. Number 23, Caden Bruner. Number 25, Ryan McMichael. Number 30, Lane Wright. Number 31, Connor McMichael. And number 33, Kane McGregor. Assistant coaches for Colonel Crawford, Nate Hill. Brett Campbell. And Adam Daniels. And the head coach of Colonel Crawford, David Sheldon. And with the captains for Colonel Crawford, please come forward for the presentation of the 2023 District Champion Team Trophy. Congratulations to the Eagles, who will now advance to the regional semifinal game, which will be held at Hampton Memorial Fieldhouse on Tuesday, March 7th at 6 p.m. They will take on the winner of tonight's game between Warren JFK and Dalton. Thank you for attendance at today's game and for supporting the Ohio History Athletic Association and our speaking captains. Please ride home safely.
So you just heard it there from the public address announcer, Colonel Crawford. Moving on, they're going to play Tuesday night against the winner between Warren JFK and Dalton at the Canton Fieldhouse. So that certainly is going to be an electric environment as the Eagles, again for the second straight season, they are moving on to the round of regionals. We're going to take one more quick commercial break. When we come back, we will have our Baker's Pizza postgame, including an interview with our most valuable player. Drop us some comments. Let us know who you think should come up here. Talk to me and Coach Balogh about their big execution of the game plan tonight. That and more coming up on the other side.
We toil. We sweat. We live. We breathe. We ache and cry and laugh and bleed.
Nowadays, you've got enough things to worry about. Your car shouldn't be one of them. And at Spitzer, stay worry-free with our Spitzer Shield. Get exclusive new vehicle benefits, like a lifetime nationwide powertrain warranty, unlimited time, unlimited miles. Plus, get benefits on our Spitzer certified vehicles, like our nationwide powertrain warranty, peace of mind with bumper-to-bumper coverage, and more. Visit your local Spitzer Auto Store today and get the Spitzer Shield.
At Spitzer, our world revolves around you.
Back now with our post-game show presented by Baker's Pizza of Bucyrus. Colonel Crawford here in the house, cutting down some nets, something they've become very accustomed to doing over these last several seasons as they knock off Lucas, the number 2 seed, 59-49. I'm Brian Skowronski alongside the Hall of Famer Joe Balogh. And just give me some quick perspective, Joe, on the game tonight and what you really saw allowed Colonel Crawford to be able to pull away, create some distance, and then never give it back.
I just think we go back to that one run. Exactly. I think it was maybe an 8-0 run, and I think it ended with Braxton Baker burying a 3.
That's right.
And that was huge because I think it took it to 11, and Lucas just was never able to recover. And then Crawford showed the veteran that, their seniors down the stretch were outstanding from the free throw line, especially, Braxton Baker, I think, went 8 of 10. And then Jacob Matty was 4 for 4. But, maybe Lucas has been here, but we talked at the beginning of the year that maybe that schedule that Crawford played, losing some of those tough games, they kind of tonight, found the way that wasn't going to happen tonight. And that one stretch there was just huge in this basketball game.
Here's a look at the final numbers of the night. Looks like we're missing something there, but it's 19 field goals made for the Eagles, 18 for the Cubs. The three-pointers, Lucas had a slight edge, and then it was pretty close as well as for the rebounds. But the big difference, as you talked about, that free throw line, Joe, especially down the stretch in that fourth quarter where the Cubs had to rely on CC to miss them, and they just didn't.
Well, give Lucas a lot of credit. We had Crawford for 0 turnovers in the first half, and you turn it over 10 times in the second half, you would probably expect a different result. But the problem a little bit was on several of those turnovers when Lucas was able to create situations to get to the free throw line to get 2-shot free throws. I think they went like 3 of 6, and those things become huge in games like this because it would cut into that deficit a lot sooner. And give Crawford a lot of credit. They just didn't allow that to happen.
Excellent in the fourth quarter was CC, and especially with their seniors leading the way. And that's why this team and this program have been so good for so long under Coach David Sheldon, 17 years now, and heading back to the regional rounds where they're starting to get familiar, Joe.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, when you are able to get to district and start winning district titles, the thing you look around this gym, there's a lot of young basketball players that came to this game, and they see that. So I'm sure that Braxton Baker, I think when we talked to him when we went around the arena, he came and watched Austin Smith play when he said he was like 7 years old. He said, I don't remember a lot of it, he goes, but I do remember all the excitement. And so when you get kids excited at 7 years old and they want to be a part of this and they want to leave their legacy, and I think that's what these seniors, there were some high expectations for them. And, you lose 7 games and you think Crawford's having a bad year. But again, we go back and you look at that schedule, 5 of those games were lost by a total of 11 points. And so, they didn't get a league championship, but they got a sectional championship and a district championship.
Yeah, the 7 losses for them, pretty uncharacteristic considering the stretch that they just went on, 22-0 each of the last 2 seasons. But you get tested in that conference, and Northern 10 really solid this year. They go step outside of their league and play some really quality competition like the Lucas Cubs and others. So this is a team that was ready when they got into tournament play. They've been in big games all season long, Joe. It's just that in this one, they were able to have enough breathing room down the stretch where things didn't get tight and maybe have some of those negative thoughts creep into your brain. They did exactly what they needed to do to start putting some nails in the coffin early enough that never was there any doubt.
Well, the thing that I'm not going to say they didn't handle maybe well early in the season, but the teams in their league, we talked about the Northern 10 being a really good league this year. I mean, you got Mohawk, who's still playing. You had Cary, who lost to 1 by a really good Liberty Benton team, one of the top 5 teams in the state. And so when you have teams like Cary and Mohawk, and then even Winford beat them this year, those guys had a mark on their back, and sometimes that's a difficult thing to handle. And it wasn't like they got blown out in those games. I mean, maybe the last Mohawk game, but they were in a lot of tight games that came down to 1 possession and just weren't able to finish it. And what they've done is they've learned from that. And tonight, tight game, they understand what the tournament's about. And again, going back to that one run, that was the difference in the basketball game tonight.
All right, we're going to do a quick 30-second commercial timeout. We'll be back with an interview, our MVP.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to this song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
We are back now with our Old 30 Barbecue Player of the Game. We've got a district champion with us, a 2-time defending district champion now, Trevor Vogt. And let's just start there and just getting able to, cut down the nets with your team, your community, all here, that whole experience. You guys have been doing it quite a bit lately. I bet it never gets old, and these are special memories that you're going to cherish forever. Just take me inside your brain about these last 5 minutes.
It's crazy. I mean, last year I was on the bench. I was playing like Colin White from Ottawa Glandorf on the scout team and all the good players from other teams that we're playing. And this year it's surreal because I'm on the court almost every minute of the game, and it just feels great.
And Joe and I were talking about during the broadcast that we needed somebody for Colonel Crawford to step up outside of Baker and Maddie. They've been so good for you guys, and you definitely were that guy. You got into the double-figure scoring, but I thought where you brought the most juice was on the defensive end. You drew 2 charges during the game, and you really sold those, and then the big block shot. So just take me through maybe both of those charges and that block, because they all felt like they were some pretty big plays.
Yeah, the charges, I mean, we know they're really aggressive. Like the 2 Toms kids, they really like to put their head down. So if I see his shoulder go down, I kind of know that he's going to try to bully his way in. And, I mean, you got to sell it a little bit. But,
sure.
I mean, yeah, that's about it.
So just waiting your turn with this program, like you were talking about, coming off the bench, being the scout team guy, this is really cool for you and then the senior class moving on, getting to play for another regional. So just being a member of Colonel Crawford basketball, how would you define that, and what does that mean here in North Central Ohio?
I mean, it's great. The community, it's amazing. I mean, like, look, you can see there's so many people out here. They're all celebrating with us. They're all just as excited as we are. It's amazing. You can't have a better community than this for such a small school. You got the front row crew here at every single game. They've been here for, I can't even imagine how long. It's crazy.
And to get to this point in the tournament, you check in, you get the #1 seed despite the 7 losses. How tested did you feel like your regular season schedule got you for these moments in the playoffs?
Yeah, we had a really tough schedule. We had, I think Sheldon said 4 conference champions. We had 5 D2 teams.
Right.
In our scrimmages, we had Dalton, who we might play here soon. We had Lexington, Shelby, Willard, who are all great basketball teams. So Sandusky too. They're a great basketball team, and yeah, we had a pretty good schedule this year to get us ready for the tournament. Yeah.
We're going to be back on the floor, Canton Fieldhouse, Tuesday night. Despite not knowing who the opponent is yet, what do you think is the key for Colonel Crawford? How do you guys keep moving on and doing what you're doing in the tournament?
I mean, we just play to our strengths, whatever the other team will allow us to do. I mean, if like tonight they let us get inside a lot, so we drove the ball, we got it into Jake, we played from the inside. And if they have really big players like, say, Lexington, I mean, they're not in our division, but if they have 6'7", 6'6", I mean, we might have to shoot the jumper a little bit more, pump fake, get up into them, draw some fouls.
Well, I think that everybody from North Robinson and the surrounding area is actually here in the building tonight. But if you want to give a shout-out to anybody out there watching, we had a huge viewing audience. Now's your time.
Payne DeGray. He's one of our teammates, Payne DeGray. My parents and my grandma, who I think is watching, yeah.
All right, Trevor Vogt, our MVP tonight, 10 points, doing a lot of big work at the defensive end. And now, here you go. You get an OH.REPORT pin to add on to your backpack, your Letterman jacket, whatever you want.
Thank you.
And thank you for the time, man. All right, I guess we'll take one more quick commercial, and then we'll get Joe back in here. We'll close things out here from the Haas.
Oil. We sweat. We live. We breathe. We ache and cry and laugh and bleed. We dance. We play. We love. We nourish. We yearn and wish and hope and cherish. We mend. We heal. We repair. We sow. We plant and tend and gather and grow. We feed our families and the world's too. It's a calling, a feeling, real and true. We need no thanks, rewards, or dues. We love this land. It's what we do.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to this song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Nowadays, you've got enough things to worry about. Your car shouldn't be one of them. And at Spitzer, stay worry-free with our Spitzer Shield. Get exclusive new vehicle benefits, like a lifetime nationwide powertrain warranty, unlimited time, unlimited miles. Plus, get benefits on our Spitzer certified vehicles, like our nationwide powertrain warranty, peace of mind with bumper-to-bumper coverage, and more. Visit your local Spitzer Auto Store today and get the Spitzer Shield.
At Spitzer, our world revolves around you.
Back here at Willard High School to put a nice big bow on the district championship game from the Haas. Brian Skowronski and Joe Balogh with you here. Let's start here with Lucas and their season and their program and where they're at right now here, Joe, because they came up just a little bit short. Looked great in the first quarter. They've been awesome all season, but just after that big run that we talked about with Crawford, they were never able to really recapture any type of momentum. Just give me some quick thoughts on Lucas for tonight.
I think if you're in Lucas's locker room right now, there's a lot of disappointment. There's probably a lot of tears. But when you sit back and look at it, you're going to look at we had a really, really solid basketball season. I mean, a team that, pretty much does things the right way. They play extremely hard. They play as a team. They don't really have somebody that's just going to launch shots. They're going to try to get the shots that they want. But, they're going to go home tonight and be disappointed. But, Crawford was the better team tonight. They did a better job of executing their game plan, which their game plan was we were not going to let the Toms guys beat us in the lane with penetration like they had. And I'm not sure exactly what the defense, exactly what it was, but pretty much Derek Horsley was just a guy. He's like that deep safety. In football, is not going to let the ball get over top, but in tonight he was just a safety in the lane, because anytime those two guys looked to go to the basket, he was standing there. So number one, what that did, it discouraged them from attacking it. And then when they did attack it, there was always a second defender, and that was him in the lane. And that was a crucial part of the game tonight, was that Logan and Corbin Toms, for the most part, were not able to dominate the lane with their dribble tonight offensively.
Logan did finish with 14 points tonight. He was spectacular in the semifinal where he had twice that many, but as Joe just said, I think you're right. Colonel Crawford, really nice job of not allowing them to really take over. Baker and Maddie scoreless in that first quarter, and then Braxton down the stretch turned out to be the man that we thought he was going to be. 23 points again, above his season average, and so far in the tournament, he's 28, 28, and 23 points. So for a guy last year that was a role player, kind of a catch-and-shoot type of guy, he's really developed and stepped up, like Trevor said, waiting for the moment, and for Braxton, it's come in a big way.
Well, and the thing is, those points this year did not come easy for him, because I think it was a little bit easier. You mentioned about the game with Bucyrus where he set the school scoring record. But quickly, within about 2 weeks into the season, most of their opponents understood the one guy on Crawford that we needed to control was Braxton Baker. So it was not an easy road for him, because last year it was basically, I'm going to let those other two guys kind of do things, and when they tried to stop them, all I got to do is just step on the perimeter and shoot. And this year, he's shown that he can step on the perimeter, shoot, but he's also shown he's a really effective player inside. You cannot really ask for a better season out of a senior than Braxton Baker's had. Just overall, he's just been outstanding, because a lot of times, when you get face guarded and stuff, you can get frustrated. But all the times I've seen him, he's just been a cool, collective player. and that's what you really like to see out of your seniors.
Yeah, he's just a good kid all the way around. Love talking to him and everything that he brings. You can tell that the community really supports him. The team likes him, and if you can combine all that with the fact that you're a beast on the basketball court, Joe, it's going to be some clean living.
Well, and the thing that a lot of people don't understand is the amount of time of work that he put in when nobody was watching. I mean, whether it was at home at his basket or getting the key and going in the gym and working on his own, he's really made himself into a player, because if you look at him and not taking nothing away from him, it's not like that Braxton's a tremendous athlete, but because of the hard work, he's made himself into a good athlete and a really good basketball player. And that's what you like to see as a high school coach, are those guys that put in that time and then, rewarded for what they've done.
He's a big reason, of course, why Colonel Crawford is moving on to regionals yet again. Well, we're going to wrap things up here from the Haas. Looks like we're going to take a look at our MVP, Trevor Vogt, here to close things out, and he was awesome tonight. 10 points for him, but I got to thank everybody who helped make the game possible, including our generous sponsors, Ohio Valley Manufacturing, along with Baker Pizza of Bucyrus, First Federal Community Bank, Burkhart Farm Center, Old 30 Barbecue, Mechanics Bank, Spitzer Motors of Mansfield, and of course I got to thank our crew as well, Adam Thompson, Jory Hollenbeck on the camera, and Joe Balogh. I'm Brian Skowronski signing out for now, but we'll see you guys tomorrow. Got a couple live streams going down there. Keep it locked in here on the OH Report, your tournament headquarters.